Hello, welcome back to How to RPG. That's right, it's all about character creation today, and the plan is to make a Minotaur, but I'm going to go through some of the basics of building characters before we go into doing that first. You will absolutely need to bring along some six-sided dice, because I might ask you to roll some dice. In fact, I probably will ask you to roll some dice. In fact, I'm definitely going to ask you to roll dice. So make sure you have some dice close by. If you don't have dice close by, then, oh well, I guess you'll miss out. Anyway, I'm going to put up a poll, and we're going to go from there. So my suggestion to you is grab some food, some drink, make sure you're comfortable. How's it going? Two born? It's two born... To borno to be. Okay, to born not to be. Oh my gosh, that is a name. That is a name. Okay, hello, welcome to the live stream. So, for those of you who don't know how the character creation works on my channel, what I do is I cover different role systems. Today it's going to be 5e compatible, of course, because it's Esper the Bard's stuff, so we're covering his Monstrous heroes. But usually what I do is I cover a whole bunch of information first, and then we actually go in and make a character on a character sheet. And I'll use a fillable character sheet today, and you will most certainly. I want you to participate, so feel free to type into the chat. I think you have to be subscribed for at least 5 minutes to be able to do that, so make sure you press the subscribe button if you want to get that going. But you'll need dice. You need to bring dice, okay? Dice is like pretty vital for this sort of activity. Anyway, to be. We'll call you to be. Yes, to be. I love that. We'll go with to be. Much easier for me. Thank you. Here we go. Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about role-playing games, and it's really about character creation. Now, my intention is definitely to build a character today. That is to make a monstrous hero. We're going to do a Minotaur. But before we get into that, what I want to do is go over some of the basics around character creation that you might want to sort of take into consideration. It doesn't really matter what you're playing, what system you're playing. These principles usually apply every single time. If you've seen this part, don't worry, go grab your dice and your notepad and whatever else you want to. Okay, so character creation pre-check. Check with your game master or dungeon master what player character options are available for your game being run. It's pretty obvious, but you still need to check with them. Don't just assume. What house rules does the game master or dungeon master use for character creation, but also for play, because that does inform you about what you can do with your character, particularly if it's a very crunchy system. If it's not a crunchy system and it's more narrative, then that sort of thing really won't matter that much. Build the character for the campaign on the information provided to you by your game master or dungeon master. And if they don't provide you with information, they don't have to give away any spoilers, but they have to give you enough information so you can build a character that will fit the game they're trying to run. So ask for relevant details if they don't give you what you need to know. Okay, this allows you to make a character that will actually fit seamlessly into the adventure or campaign, rather than doing it the other way around. I think a lot of people assume that game masters are supposed to pull 4 or 5 different character concepts and backgrounds and tie them into an adventure, which is an absolutely ridiculous process to have to go through as a game master. If you want to ensure burning out the game master or them not really wanting to run the game for you, that's the best way to achieve it. I know you've seen it done in other places, but it's not really the norm. It's way too hard. That's for somebody who's very advanced and likes doing it that way. Okay, I do see that being sort of touted as the modern way of doing things. It is a little bit strange. Anyway, character creation always starts as a group discussion. Now you can do research off in your own little space, whatever you want to do with that. That's great. But ultimately, in the end, when it comes to the final draft, the final creation of your character, it's done as a group discussion, because characters are part of a team, they're part of a group machine, just like a team sport. Role-playing games are very different to other games that you play, like Monopoly and Snakes and Ladders or chess or anything like that. they are very much a group dynamic, and so you have to learn how to play with the team. Now, with team sports, you always discuss everything beforehand. You do your planning, you do your training together, and then you actually start playing the game together. So you have to do everything together. And it's all about building teamwork. And if you don't have team spirit sort of embedded into your character and your way of approaching the group that you're playing with the people, it's probably not going to work very well. Design your characters around all aspects of play. So that's your exploration or discovering stuff, or doing some investigation, figuring out a mystery, that sort of stuff. Build it around that as well as communication. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that you're building it so that it has high numbers for whatever the skill is, or attribute, or ability you're using to communicate with, but sort of build it around the idea that it will be able to communicate. And then also combat. A one-trick pony is only fun for 1/3 of the game, and you have at least 3 or 4 aspects of your game to contend with. So it's probably better to make sure you make a character that can do a lot of different things so that you can take part in everything rather than just one aspect. Ask what ability or attribute score method is going to be used. Are you going to be using a point-buy system, a standard array system, a rolling dice system? Is there something else that the game masters come up with? Ask them what methods are appropriate for the game they're running, and when can I do it. So most commonly when it comes to rolling dice, you always want to make sure that you're rolling these dice, if you are rolling dice, in front of the game master. It's not good practice to do so where nobody can see what you're doing. And just assume, particularly if you're a stranger and you're not actually friends with each other, even friends will make the courtesy to actually roll the dice in front of the group and the game master or dungeon master. So make sure you're doing that. The same thing when determining your hit points or health points or wounds, whatever method, determine what method it is. Is it maximum hit points or health points? Is it the average, or can you roll dice? And if you're rolling dice, then make sure you do it again in front of the group, in front of the game master. So that is the sort of the pre-check. Now, there are character sheet formats that you can use when you're building your character, and that is your standard paper character sheet. You're probably very familiar with this. Use a pencil or a pen. I would suggest using a pencil because you will have to rub things out and then rewrite stuff. There will be changes you need to make. So make sure you have a pencil. Otherwise, if you're printing it out, it really won't matter whether you use a pencil or a pen, because you're probably just going to print out a new one if you make too many changes and there winds up being a hole going through. You can also use the Fillable PDF character sheet. A lot of game systems have a Fillable PDF, and I'm going to be using one of those today, in fact. So they're quite handy if you want to have something that's nice and legible and easy to read. There's also computer software and website character builders. These are, they're kind of limited. There are quite a few out there for different systems. Obviously 5e has probably the most common and easiest to find. Even Pathfinder will have their own character builders out there as well. And then of course, if you're not using computer software or a website character builder, then there's always smartphone applications for character building, because if there isn't already a character builder for your game system, there probably will be in the future. It's just a matter of time. A lot of people are looking back at older versions of the games that are out there, and so people are making stuff for that as well. If they think they can sort of, it might not be too flashy, but hey, just phone, software, fillable PDF, or paper. All right, character creation basics. What are the things we need to do? Select the level of your character that you're starting at and write it down on the character sheet. Okay, so the game master will explain to you what character level you will be starting at, because not every single game starts at level 1. Some characters will be starting at level 0, so you won't have any levels whatsoever that have to do with being a hero. I know that sounds strange, but not only that, you're not just dealing with a situation where you might not be starting at level 1, or you might even not be starting at level 0. You might be starting at level 3 or 5 or even higher. So make sure you ask the game master what level I'm starting at with this character. Select the class or the career path or the heroic class or the character type for your character, and then write down the relevant details on your character sheet. Select the species, race or playable monster type, and we'll be doing a monster type today, for your character, and write down the relevant details on your character sheet. Now, when it comes to some games have a concept which is around, I guess, ancestry. Sometimes it's called ancestry, heritage, background for 5e, aspects if you're playing Fate. So select or make up the background aspects for your character. Write them down on your character sheet. This might also include, but doesn't have to, a short backstory in narrative form. Often the most useful thing that you can do is answer 4 or 5 questions the game master needs answered, and it's going to probably be about just over a paragraph or just about a paragraph. 4 or 5 sentences usually covers it. Players can create backstories as they play the game too. Now, that doesn't mean that, some game masters like it when people make a backstory for the character that's pages long. This is really, you need to check with your game master exactly how much of a backstory they want. I would have a discussion with them when you start writing backstories for your characters. But there's another way of doing a backstory for players, and that is you don't write a backstory. Instead, you consider the first few levels as they play the game. That's their backstory. So from level 1 through to level 3 or level 5 or level 4, that's the backstory for the character. It allows for maximum flexibility. You can change things as you need to, and also too, instead of it being based off something that never actually happened at the game table, you're basing your backstory on something your character actually did. And this is sort of emergent play. Okay, the story emerges and your character emerges through play. And I highly recommend it as a strategy for building a backstory rather than writing everything straight up in front. Often you only need 4 or 5 questions answered for that. Okay, select your character customization. If there's character customization in the game, such as feats, talents, traits, skills, and other features, select those things, make sure they're going to be all right with your game master. Determine the character's abilities or attribute scores with the method that's been approved by your game master. Okay, so once you've got that done, you've pretty much got everything you need. Okay, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, no, that should pretty much cover everything. You might be rolling your hit points or health points or wounds or whatever, but we'll cover that in a second. So advanced details on your character sheet. So select the spells or powers for your character. If you're playing a superhero game, then you might have stunts or powers. If you're playing a fantasy game, you might have spells. You might have other aspects that are sort of unrelated to that, but generally most things sort of fall into that realm. So write down the relevant details on your character sheet. I keep saying this, I'm going to keep repeating it. Okay, select or buy your equipment for your character and write it down on the character sheet. I would suggest, if you can, and the system allows, select and buy rather than select or buy. Do a bit of both. So select some stuff that's already sort of predetermined, and then buy what you can with whatever cash or money you have left, okay, whether it be gold or credits. Calculate the bonuses, modifiers for your character, and then make sure that's all down and clear and easy to read on your character sheet. You can select or draw a character portrait for your character. It's not vital, but it does help connect your concept and your imagination to a physical medium. And it's not something anybody else needs to see. If you don't want to draw it, you might be able to get somebody else to draw it for you. Okay, that's fine. But if you draw it yourself, you don't need to feel self-conscious about it because it's really only for you. It's not for somebody else. Okay? I have some miscellaneous recommendations every time I do this, and so every week I say the same things, and I'm going to say it again. All character options can be customized. Okay, you can make your own stuff. You can adjust them. All you need is approval from the game master or dungeon master. That doesn't mean you go and harass them and badger them until you get what you want. That's what children do, not adults. Okay, what you do is you have a discussion with your game master or your dungeon master and say, look, are you open to some customization? And if they say yes, but I might have to refine it and so forth, then that's good. Okay, a lot of the things that you'll see in game systems allow for a lot of customization anyway. It's quite a common thing. Character options don't need to be optimized for role-playing games or just combat particularly. I know that there is a part of the community who love that sort of part of the game where they love to optimize everything. You don't have to necessarily do that, okay? One of the things I find with optimization is it generally tends to be around combat simulation, and role-playing games aren't really combat simulators. Even games that people I've heard say are combat simulators, even they aren't really combat simulators. A combat simulator is when the game master decides to run it as a combat simulator. That's really the only time. So yeah, you don't have to optimize. You can make a suboptimal character. You can make it the way that you think it needs to be made, or you would like to have it made. The only restriction is going to be, does it gel with everybody else at the table? Okay, try not to be a dick. Select your adventuring gear. Make sure not to forget, get your adventuring gear. It's easy for any player to do. Like, you can do that for any character. Make use of the fact that you can prepare yourself for the adventures you're going on. Equipment makes a big difference in terms of the options you have available. Rather than looking at your character sheet and thinking, I know, I'll use this character option or power or ability or feat or whatever in the situation. You might be thinking, well, if I had this piece of equipment, I could do this. That it opens up a whole lot more than you had before. So select your adventuring gear. Get some gear. Note down the page number in the role-playing game book for all of your powers. So often you can't write the entire entry, so write down the page number if you can't write down everything about that particular ability. Whether it's be a power description or a spell description. Spell descriptions can be quite difficult because they're quite long, particularly in 5e. Some of them are quite hard to remember. In other games, you might just struggle to remember everything, okay? So take some of the pressure off. Race, species, abilities, any of that can be written. Put a page number down for that. Your character type or your class, put down page number for those as well, and background features or whatever else you have. Now, one of the reasons for doing that is, one, to help you as the player figure out where I need to look to find that information quickly, because speed is essential when you're playing any kind of game, particularly a role-playing game where there's 4 or 5 other people at the table plus a game master. It's also good for a game master because now they can say, do you know what page that is? Where is that? I'm not familiar with this. Particularly with new game masters where they want to check stuff. Okay? So I would suggest make sure you do those sorts of things. It will certainly make your life a lot easier and everybody else's at the table. Now, I'm hoping that this was useful to you. I want to thank all my patrons and I want to thank you for watching. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s. All right, give me a second and I'll just have a drink of water and we'll get on with, I'll go into chat. We'll go into chat and then we'll get on with business and we'll make a Minotaur for today. Hey, how's everybody going? Let's have a look. Hello, Tabletop Bob, how are you? So Tabletop Bob has a YouTube channel, by the way, and Tabletop Bob does a lot of live play, playing through old adventures, new adventures, so certainly go check him out. Yeah, that's right. So crunchy means rules heavy. Right, that's exactly what I mean by crunchy. Sorry if that wasn't clear. Philosophical. Is that philosophical possum? Cool, concise. I was just thinking about a horned gore Russian character. Were you? Okay, well, we probably will be building something like that for today, as it happens. Noroak, hello Noroak. Noroak is a patron and supports me on Patreon. And you will find a lot of stuff goes up on Patreon if you're interested. Hello Spirit Wolf, how's it going Spirit Wolf? We've got the gang here. Nacho Man, how are you doing Nacho Man? Also a patron, supports me on Patreon. Never trust a Minotaur. Half of everything they say is bull. Yeah. Nice one, Nacho. That's definitely a dad joke. It's not a bad dad joke, but it's a pretty obvious dad joke. Here we go. To be, how are you doing? What do you got? In my opinion, not a fan of suboptimal characters if you're doing it by yourself, since we're kind of suck at what you are meant to be good at compared to everyone else. So here's where I'm at when it comes to character creation. Okay, it's not about what you want. It's not about what I want. Okay, ultimately, when it comes to suboptimal characters essentially mean you do not need to focus on combat. That's essentially what I'm trying to say. And a lot of people just decide the only thing they're going to worry about is combat. So I hate to say it. When it comes to look, if you see, I have videos on my channel that talk about optimizing characters. I've done a couple of them, and I hate making them. I know there are channels that do much better than I do who make that sort of stuff, but that's just not my thing. Okay, I think people should make the characters they want to play rather than worrying about being optimal and worrying about being combat effective. I will literally be playing a fairly dodgy character in terms of combat-wise very shortly with Esper the Bard. So it's, I've heard Minotaur men are bad in bed. Too many. Really? I didn't. Oh, nice one. Thank you. Good to know, Noroak. How many more can we get, Nacho? I don't know. Do Minotaurs have tails? I imagine they do. It's, I mean, why would you not have a tail? You got to have to balance, right? Balancing on two legs has got to be difficult. You still got to swat away the flies, right? There's probably going to be flies. How long did it take to get through the labyrinth? A Minotaur or two. Oh, good lord. Here we go. I can see what is worse than a bard? A Minotaur bard, the horniest of all. Oh, gosh. It's all about having fun and relaxing. I'm for the fun aspect, but I also too I've seen plenty of characters who optimized and they weren't really good at anything but just combat. So I always say this. I'm not really going to be the person who says you should optimize, or I don't have a particular fancy about that sort of thing. Got plenty of people who optimizes and power gamers in my home group as it is, but they can cope doing other things. Anyway, we're going to be doing a character build. Let's have a look at this poll. How are we doing? A lot of people have not played a Minotaur. Let's solve that problem. Oh man, gonna be fun. Let's see if I can actually pull this up. I just realized that I don't have the actual document that I'm supposed to be looking at in front of me. How did I manage to get everything else but that? Oh, I hope it is the new one. Is it the new one? Okay, that is definitely the link to the new one. Okay, so I did that correctly. All right, so now I just need the link for the... Where the heck are you? Over here. Give me a second. I'll find it. No, that's Star Wars Saga. It's number 4 now. I was just had to check to make sure he hadn't updated it. Esper. I don't get a lot of warning when he changes stuff. So yeah, got to check. All right, so that's nice and big. That should be easy to read. Okay, cool. And we don't need this. We do need this, and we do need this. Okay, let me just see if I can get my screen up to where we need to be, which is for creation. That's my head. Where's the capture screen? And there it is. Okay. All right, so we should be in business. I think that's right. Is my head going to be in the way? I'm just going to look at the character sheet as well, just to make sure my head isn't too big. Oh, no, perfect. Lines up all perfectly. Lovely stuff. So this is our character sheet. Here we go. This is the character sheet we'll use for today. I hope you have your dice ready, because we're going to probably roll the dice fairly shortly. Because a lot of the stuff that we need to actually put in here has already sort of been predetermined, since we know exactly what we're doing. I think, for the sake of this, it would be nice if we go with a character who's about level 2. Just because you can sort of see a few more of the things that are available to you. Okay, so first off, let's go here, and this is Minotaur. So Esper the Bard has a... basically, it's a race and a class all in one. So level 2. which is done so that it's easily balanced. So it's eliminating a lot of the min-maxing aspect of getting a race, combining it with a class, that sort of stuff is gone. And also it's designed to make sure that playing that particular monstrous hero has a particular flavor to it. Minotaur. Okay, it's very distinctive. I won't be putting my name down on here today because it's not necessarily my character. What I will do is I will say you probably need to get your dice ready because we're going to start rolling some stuff short in a second. I think what I will do though is I will show you the document. Here is Monstrous Heroes. There's a preview on Esper the Bard's Patreon. You will find the link down in the video. For those of you who want to get access to it, it's there. 2 levels of Minotaur. Yeah, hello, how's it, Rook00? So Rook00 has a YouTube channel too. He does a lot of character art and monster art, but you know, he does commissions too. All right. I hope we're making them large. Dice goblins are ready. Good. I'm glad to hear your dice goblins are ready. Good, good, good. So let me just show you some of the stuff here. This is the document. This is version 4. He's got 4 versions, and this is the newest version. I've made sure that I've got it. This is just a sample. Eventually there will be 14 different playable monstrosities that you can play with. And these are them listed here, along with backgrounds, feats, spells, items, stuff like that. Now, here's the Minotaur. It gives you sort of some flavor around the Minotaur, what they're like, that sort of thing. And then some cool art. I showed people this last week. This is your progression, your level progression here. It looks very similar to 5e because it is designed around being 5e compatible, okay? I'm glad you're doing well, Nicholas. Good news, good news. Okay. So at first level, we're going to get charge, Minotaur fighting style, unarmored defense, battle vigor, reckless attack. So got quite a few things. I mean, I could throw in more, but it would get more complicated, and I'm just worried that I will run out of time. So if we're doing all right on time, we'll chuck in more. So what I'm going to do right now is, I think what I'll do is I'm going to chuck them into the character sheet, and then I'll go over them. And then I want to get into... No, actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that later, because I want to get you guys rolling dice first, and then I want to start chucking stuff in. That's what we want to do. So our ability score increases. Your strength score increases by 2, and one other ability score of your choice increases by 2. I like this approach. I mean, for me, it would be 2 and 1. I like the idea that one of them is going to go up. One of your abilities goes up because it's related to the monstrous race you're playing. I like that idea, and then we have flexibility. It reminds me of the half elf. It was always a great... Even back, you know, and you look at older versions of the game, it was good to have that flexibility, but still sort of have something highlighted. Age, Minotaurs go through several growth spurts, typically reaching adulthood around 14. Okay. Typical alignments, creature type, size. Okay. Minotaurs begin at the upper end of medium size, and your size goes to larger. So you're going to get larger. At level 5, you get bigger. You're going to be a bigger one. You'd love the ooze. Well, if he sends me the book with the ooze in it, then I might cover that as well. Your speed is 30 feet. That's nothing unusual about that. We've got dark vision. We've got gore. For those of you who are asking about gore, I'll make sure I do the maths for that. Labyrinth recall, some languages. Now, preferred ability scores. Most Minotaurs prefer strength as their highest ability score, followed by constitution. Okay, so we're going to make a note of those are the things you probably want to focus on. So strength would be probably the first one, and then constitution and wisdom. Constitution and wisdom. Okay, right. If you plan to cast spells, you might favor wisdom as your second highest ability score. That'll be up to you, okay? So it's probably going to be strength, constitution. If you want to make a spellcaster, it's going to be strength, wisdom. And probably not a good idea to dump anything if you can help it. And we get our hit points, which I'll probably get you guys to roll hit points for. It'll be fun to do that. So you've kind of got an idea of what you probably need to focus on. Now the choices available to you. These are the standard stuff. So here we go. No. I don't want to read through all these things just yet, because these things are going to get anyway. So let's make sure I get to the actual playable option. Where is it? Battle Roar 9, 10, 11. Juggernaut. Here we go. So Juggernaut, you are a formidable subset of Minotaur, known to plough through entire hordes of foes. Some claim to have demon blood in their veins. Whether or not this is true, the fearsome power they channel is undeniable. So Juggernaut charge would be level 3. We're not going to get there. Well, that won't make much sense, will it? Maybe we should just go to level 5. Screw it. Make it a level 5 character. I didn't do very well getting to level 5 last time, but at least we get Juggernaut. And then Labyrinth Hunter. This Minotaur knows a labyrinth. Labyrinth hunters are some of the most cunning of the Minotaur race. They set up traps. They wield deadly great axes and track down prestigious targets. They stalk their prey deep in the mazes and wild lands, and their ultimate goal is to claim the heads of their targets as trophies, thereby proving their prowess. Wow. Okay. Kind of scary. So we get a lot more stuff with the Labyrinth Hunter compared to the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut, your move doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, and you can make a gore attack against a number of creatures throughout your movement. Okay, so there's, yeah, okay, all right, interesting. Hunter's Cunning at level 3, gain proficiency with survival skill and thieves tools. Okay, and you have advantage on saving throws against traps and environmental hazards, and disadvantage on attack rolls against you. And they have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Okay, interesting. Minotaur Trap Master. This is level 3. All your Labyrinth Hunter traps follow these guidelines. As an action, you have 5 foot radius, magical trap on the surface. Okay, so you can set a lot of different types of traps by the looks. Okay, blinding trap, the blasting trap, he's given you some examples. And then there should be one other option. The Horned Shaman would be the spell casting version of your Minotaur. So a Horned Shaman are a mystical part of the Minotaur race, known for their ability to harness primal furies and perform ancient chants. They are deeply connected to the spiritual realm and use their abilities to aid their tribe in its struggles. Okay, spell casting. So we get that at level 3. You don't get it straight away. Interesting. So you actually could wind up playing a fairly standard Minotaur, and then you sort of spread your wings. So you get cantrips, you get spells. You also get bloodstained horns at level 3. There are a bunch of other features here. I won't read them all out. And then there's a bit of information on multi-classing. This is the table. So up to level 5, you would get 2 cantrips, and you would have 4 known spells. And if you know the spells, that's it. If you know the spells, you can cast them. That's it. That's how it works. Nice and simple. You get 3 first level spells at level 5. So you can see spell progression for these classes are different. Yep. So what's that? How about having a Minotaur with a very low intelligence and wisdom, so that we get lost in our own labyrinth? Well, you can if you want. Okay, right. So we've done this. We're going to roll some dice now. So I am going to just jump over to this scene here. You need 4 6-sided dice, people. 4 6-sided dice. That's what you want. All right, so grab 4 6-sided dice. I don't want to have to roll the dice. Okay, you know I'm lazy. So I expect you to roll the dice. I think that's quite reasonable. I did everything else, you roll the dice. Hashtag, please roll 4 6-sided dice. I'm not doing 3 because I did that for my own character last week. We're not going to do that for you guys, okay? Tell me all the numbers. That is what you're going to do. No, you don't do that. That's Norok. That's how it's done. 2, 3, 3, 5. The reason for doing that is so that people understand how you got to 14, Spirit Wolf. So, yeah, jiggy that baby back in there, and I will write these down. The hat's going off. It's getting too hot for me. 2, 3, okay. All right. There. Okay, so what have we got here? First set of numbers. Norok, you've got here 2, 3, 3, and 5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we take 4 numbers, drop the lowest number, we get the final result. Okay, so in this case for Norok, we drop the 2, and we get a final score of 11. So 3 and 3, 5 is 11. You want to roll another one, Norok? Thank you, Spirit Wolf. I appreciate that. Here we go. 2B is here. He's gotten in on this. Good. Okay, so Spirit Wolf got a 1, 6, 3, and a 5. So we drop the 1, the lowest number, and we take the other numbers, put them together. That is 3 and 5 is 8, and 6 is 14. Okay, and then now next set of numbers, 2B got a 6, a 3, and a 2. Cool. There we go, and we'll drop the 2 and keep the other numbers. So that's 6 and 6 is 12, and that 3, that's 15. We've got a 15. I need 3 more sets of numbers. So the 3 of you can keep rolling dice. If somebody else starts rolling dice, that's great. But if they don't, then we'll just take your numbers instead. Cool. So Norok got a 2, 3, 3, and a 2. 2, 3, 3, and a 2. So drop one of the 2s, and we get 3, 3, 6, 8. So we've got a low number there. Cool. And that's fine. It's cool to have low numbers. Spirit Wolf is back again. What do we got here? We've got a 4, a 3, a 5, and a 2. Okay, and so then I drop the 2, which is the lowest number, and Spirit Wolf comes out with a, what do you call it? 4 and 5, 9, and 3 is 12. 12. Okay. Next, to B, you got 1, 6, 5, and 5. All right. For those of you who've never been in my live streams before, always bring dice. Your polyhedral dice are required. We'll drop the 1, that's the lowest number. So 5 and 5 is 10, and 6 is 16. So we've got a nice big number there. Okay, so some choices to make. Some things that I would like to ask you to do so that I can punch some numbers in. Okay, so easiest way to do this is I probably will ask the questions in chat. And where are we? Do I want to just zip on back over here? No, not just yet, because I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's what I want to be looking at. And we'll start putting in some numbers in a second. Remember, we get a bonus to strength, and we can put a plus. We get a +2 to our strength for sure, but we can also put a +2 into one other thing if we want to. So there's some decisions to be made. Okay, all right. Let's go over here. All right. So my first question: which number is going? So hashtag what ability do we assign to the 16? And that is my question to you. Okay. It's all right. We've got enough numbers to do. I've got all my numbers ready. I've got 11, 14, 15, 8, 12, but I want to know which one we're going to put the 16 in. So while you're doing that, I'm going to just fill in a few details over here for this character, just to save us a bit of time. So going back to this character, we'll go back here, And we'll fill in some details while you got to make a decision. Right. Reckless. No. Here we go. All right. So languages. You can speak, read, and write Abyssal and Common. So we get Abyssal and Common. Really? Mother tongue. Abyssal and that one. Common. And Common and... is that it? Abyssal? It doesn't look right. What have I done here? There's two. Okay, A, B, B, Y. Okay, right. A, B, that's that one. Abyssal. Okay, there we go. Language. And drop that in. Norok wants con. That is the highest value we have, is a 16. Spirit Wolf wants con. It sounds like it's going to be Constitution is going to be the 16. Yeah, con. Again, remember people, you do not need to make an optimized character. Con works too. Con. Right. We're going to put it in the small number area. Reason being, I'm going to open the door in a second. It's getting too hot in here. So 16 is con. I've done it. All right, I now have an 8. Where do we stick the 8? Hashtag. What ability gets the low 8? What is going to be our major weakness here? I'm going to just pop my door open. That's better. I'm feeling much more comfortable now. Int, charisma. A few people are voting in here. It's going to be interesting how this all works out. I'll let you vote a little bit while I'm chucking in the next details. So, labyrinth recall. You can perfectly recall any path you have travelled. Labyrinthine recall. Interesting. What page is this on? This is from page 4. Page 4. There it is. Page 4. Done. I'm down for int as well. We've got 2 people for int. Down for int. Int it is. Let's int it. Let's put int as an 8. Wow. That was easy. It's intelligence. Cool. Next. Highest number that we have. Yes, there's going to be a few choices here. Hashtag. What ability gets 15? Because we got a 15 here. So where do we put that 15? It's really totally up to you. I will go back to doing my job, which is putting stuff in here. Gore. So your horns are a natural weapon which you can use to make unarmed strikes. On a hit, your gore attack deals piercing damage equal to 1d8 plus your strength modifier. Interesting. So gore. Let's do this for sure. Let's do a copy. Transfer it over. Should be the same page. Paste. Page. Oh, interesting. People want to go charisma. Car. It looks like that's going to be charisma. I'm impressed. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put gore in here. I know you want the gore in there, so we'll do the math for it pretty quickly. Gore, and it's 1d8 plus whatever. I haven't figured that one out because we haven't done the numbers for that yet. Okay. All right. Gore. All right. So charisma is a 15. Charisma. 15. Put 15 in here. That is cool. We now have a 14. I need to assign a 14. Yeah, you guys are all on the same page, which is fine with me. I have no problems. It makes it easy. What ability gets 14? We get a lot of very high numbers here, people. Okay, so we get a 14 to assign. We've assigned 3 so far, but we're not finished. So Gore, dark vision. Okay, you have superior vision in dark and dim light conditions. You can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if you were in bright light. We know what this is. And in darkness if you were in dim light. Okay, you cannot discern color in darkness, only shades of gray. So dark vision. We'll just put that there. Let's grab that, copy and transfer it over. Drop that down. Bump, 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 paste. And same page, page 4. Strength, drill instructor with Moonlight as a lounge singer. Where did that come from? Strength it is. We're going with a 14 on strength. Done. Strength. Okay, we have a 11 and a 12 left to assign. So let's assign the 12. Hashtag what ability gets the 12? Let me punch it in. All right. What the RR time? I don't know what the R and R time is. What is the R and R time? Dex. Oh, okay. All right, Dex. 2 dexes already. We're dexing it. Dexterity. Okay. Your wish is my command. It's it's 12. Dex. Yes, Spirit Wolf agrees. Okay, fine. Dex. So we're definitely. I do feel like this is definitely a frontliner. I feel like this is definitely a frontliner for sure. And our last one that we haven't assigned to wisdom is going to wind up being an 11. Okay? Which I don't need to ask you because there's no more places to stick it. It's going there. What's this? R&R, rest and relaxation. Yeah. How's it going? Prepared, cook and survive. Military time off. Okay. R&R. Oh, I see what you mean. My mind is somewhere else, so I probably didn't get... Yeah, it disappeared. Okay, so with our race, let's do our adjustments. We get a bonus of +2 to our strength. So we'll do that adjustment now. That becomes a 16. Okay. We get another +2 to anything we want to add to, but it has to be something other than strength. So one other ability score of your choice increased by 2. So hashtag what ability do we increase by 2? It's in. I'll let you vote. You decide, and I will keep doing Dex or Con. Okay, so there's some decisions here. So right now our strength is already done. Don't say strength. Okay, dexterity is 12, constitution is 16, intelligence is 8, wisdom is 11, and our charisma is 15. Okay, charisma. You guys want to max out charisma? I don't know. What if you guys look? I wonder if somebody's been paying attention to these documents that he put out. I feel like there's somebody knows something. You two, Norok and Spirit Wolf, you obviously know something. Okay, so we'll do this. It's fine. I can live with that. Strength, it's a Minotaur. No, it can't go into strength because you already get a +2 to strength. So the other one is where you would like it to go, but it can't go into strength. You can't have a +4 in the strength. You get a +2, and the other one goes into one of the other 5. So, yeah. Big and strong. We are the greatest tavern singer and best commander there. Right, I get it. I understand. You're going for military commander of some kind. Okay, I didn't realize that was going to be the focus for today. Okay, so let's do the modifiers. So a 17 is a 3. Either 16 or 17 is the 3. Wisdom is 11, so 10 and 11 is a 0 modifier. We get a -1 if you if you're 8 or 9. That's a -1, so that's a -1. Whoops! What did I do? I pressed the wrong button. -1. Oh, there we go. Got it. Constitution 16. That's a +3. All of this is in the player's handbook if you're unsure. Dexterity is a 12, so it's a +1. Okay, 12 and 13 are +1s, and strength again is a +3. +3, 16 strength. Okay, cool. Got that there. That's all nice. Did I need to put in some entries here somewhere along the line? I probably do, but we'll get there in a second. Speed. We know what our speed is, so I can put that in right now. 30 feet. And he isn't the smartest, but boy, he can sing. Yeah, well, or he's very attractive, or he's a very charismatic Minotaur who can get a lot of people where he needs them to be. Like that's what's going on here. We just pushed it up to level 5. All right. So next thing on my list. Our initiative is a +1 because we just take our dexterity. We're probably not going to have a bonus to that. Won't worry about armor class just yet. We probably should have a bit of fun and get you to roll some hit points for this character, because that will take a bit of time for you to get through. I'm aware. So I think we should do that. So let's have a look at what the hit points are in this character. So Minotaur class features. Hit points. You get a 1d10 per Minotaur level. Okay. Hit points at first level are 10 plus your Constitution modifier. We know what our Constitution modifier is, so we can figure that out. So first level will be easy. I take it as a bard build then? No, this is frontliner. I feel like this is a bard frontliner, potentially. So here we go. Hit points. Hit points. I'm going to get people to roll hit points in a second. Make sure you have a 10-sided dice, people. And I'll start asking in a second. Don't roll them just yet. Just give me a second. 4, 5. Okay. All right. No, well, there is the option for an average. We could do average, but average is not as funny or as entertaining in a live stream. Frankly, the more times that you guys can roll a 1 on a 10-sided dice, the more entertaining it is. Let's get real. So yeah, we're gonna roll it. We're not gonna roll all of them. Okay, all right. Hey, slow down there. Hashtag. I gotta put it in now. Hashtag roll a d10 for hit points. Hit points. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, so Norok's decided that he's not waiting any longer. He's got down 6 already. So the first number at level 2 is 6. We're going to take the maximum hit points as Esper has laid out here, plus his con. And the rest of you are going to start rolling some 10-sided dice for me so that I have some hit points I can put down. Okay? We're going to level 5, so I need 3 more levels. Spirit Wolf, you get bonus points for getting under 5. Well done. So he got a 3. That's Spirit Wolf. Prepared Cook and Survive got a 4. And to be off to a great start. You got a 4 as well. Well done. Well done. Nice job, people. I am impressed. Look at it this way. At least we got maximum hit points at level 1. Okay, let's have a look at this character's constitution. It's actually a pretty high constitution, right? So it's not like you're starving for hit points. You should be all right. You should live. Let me just do the adding up. I've got all the hit points I need, people. I'm all good. The D10s you can hold off now. Don't put your dice away because we might use them again for the background if I get that far. Okay, so I'm going to add this all up. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15, 15, and 10, 20, 23, 27. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. So that's 30, no, 42. 42 hit points. That's our maximum hit points. 42. Here we go. Got our hit points determined. Nice job, people, with the rolling. Did did really well. Dear. So that means we can actually probably fill in some of these numbers here, which I should probably do now, but I know I got distracted by I was doing this. Acute senses. You have both proficiency and expertise in perception. Whoa! Really? Do I even remember what expertise is? Do I remember what that is? I don't know. Do I want to remember what that is? I remember what proficiency is. I'm pretty sure that's page 4. Let's see. So proficiency. Let's just mark this down. So proficiency and perception and expertise. Okay. So at level 5, our proficiency bonus is probably it's a +3, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. So 5, we are proficient in perception because we are the guy. We're that guy. And what else? Speed, we've done that already. Size, you're medium. You're going to get larger though when at level 5. So we are large size at level 5 because we're going to build a level 5 character. There isn't a section to state what size you are as such. So what I'll put in here is I'll just put here creature size. No, creature type, size. Copy. Here we go. Size. Large. At level 5. Here we go. And then a page number 4. So I know where to reference it. No. Shorten this. That's all we need. That'll do. Good enough. Right. Yes. Double proficiency. Yes, basically double proficiency. First time I've rolled on a stream, it's good fun and makes you feel part of the action, which is why we do it. Indeed, very much so. Do you guys want to come up with a background for our Minotaur? I'm going to put this down. I want you to start deciding on a background because we can roll some dice for that. What background for the Minotaur? Minotaur. There we go. Give us a background. Or, no, let's go with a background. We're going to name the Minotaur last because usually when I start asking about names, things get very, very silly. So I'll leave that last. Alignment. I'm not really worried too much about alignment. Age, whatever. It's one of those things. Okay, so we're doing all right. I've got most of that information in there. And I just need to pump in the other things here, such as charge, Minotaur fighting style. So level 1, charge. Page 4. Come on, page 4. We have charge. Military veteran, history teacher, definitely military vet. I am the dice, and I am the one who rolls. Hey, we can make it a soldier. We can give it a military veteran of some kind. Is there a background called military veteran? There probably is under the soldier, right? That would be my guess. Barney Flintstone. You want to make Barney Flintstone, Really? Okay. Yeah, okay, okay. Minotaur fighting style. Minotaur fighting style. We might have to come back to that because usually that requires making a choice if I remember right. If it's anything like the ogre. Okay, alright, so let's have a look. I believe in this book, so I can get you rolling some dice, eh? So we get you moving while I'm doing all of the more boring, enter all of the details into the character sheet stuff. Let's get you rolling some dice. Can I see with that? No, I apparently can't. Not this text, it's too small. Do. Purple Fury. It's either military vet or mercenary vet, something like that. Okay, alright, let me have a look. Soldier. Military rank. If it's in a particular book, it's going to be, yeah, if you know exactly where it is. Otherwise, I figure it's soldier. I'm just looking at the specialties here. Does anybody know where the military vet is? If it is called that. Otherwise, I'm assuming it's just soldier. Because I'm just looking at the player's handbook right now. Does that make sense? So that's all I've got to work with. So I'm happy to do that. I just need to know if it's not the soldier that we're using and the player's handbook, I just need to know where it is so I know which book I need to have. Anyway, let me, now where were we going here? We were going through this and I was trying to enter all of these different features, which I probably should also go over as well. Unarmored defense. Unarmored defense. Is that it? I don't know which page it is on. I have no idea. We'll get to that. Yeah, it's soldier. Okay, thank you. Right, so we can get you guys moving while I soldier. Thank you. I appreciate that. And okay, cool. And we'll just put here vet. There we go. Not as in like animal vet. Okay, as a different vet. So based under vet, I'll get you to roll some dice. Shall we do that? We'll get that started. So we'll do personality traits. Hashtag. Roll D8. Yep, D8 for a personality trait. Okay. Oh, Sags, I don't have that book. Mercenary, okay. Yeah, I don't have that book. Sorry. We'll just use soldier. And we'll just say vet. We can make adjustments to it anyway. It's a background. That's the thing is you can just adjust them a little bit. So you don't actually have to buy them in a book if you don't really want to. You could just make them. Anyway, so you're going to give me some personality traits, people, by rolling. Oh, we'll roll the dice already. Medals. You want medals? Okay. I don't know why you decided that medals was important, but medals is. So to be has got a 2. What did you roll for 2? I am haunted by memories of war, and I can't get the images of violence out of my mind. Oh, okay. All right. So I am haunted by memories. Whoops. Of war. That'll do nicely. Thank you. And Norok rolled a 1. Spirit Wolf got... Oh, hello, Shiner81. How's it going? Spirit Wolf got a 7 and Shiner got a 1. Okay, so let's go with the 1 and see what the 1 is. I'm always polite and respectful. And what was 7? I have a crude sense of humour. I'm taking that one. I have a crude dear, sense of humour. And I have medals. I'm assuming that's what we're trying to do there. A sergeant. Rolling from former rank. Rolling from... I don't know what else to do there. I'm assuming that's what we were trying to go with, right? So I'm going to get you to roll some more dice for this, and I'll enter it in. So I want you to roll 6-sided dice. Hashtag roll a d6. He's got to be a sergeant. Fine. I'll mark him down. He's a sergeant. Sergeant. Okay? Sergeant. Okay. Where are we going to put this? We'll put this somewhere so it's notable. I can put it somewhere else on the character sheet, actually, if I really wanted to. But we'll never see it, so we won't do that. Instead, we'll put sergeant. Sergeant. There you go. He's a sergeant. Are we happy? Sergeant Rock. Is that the name you want to call him? Oh my god. Here we go. I can see this is going to be trouble. So, to be, got a 4. I'm going to use number 4 for the ideal. What is that? Might. In life, as in war, the stronger force wins. Wow. It's very, very evil, but we'll put it in. Might. So, in life, as in war, the stronger force wins. Okay. Okay, so that I got down to B's one. Then I put that into ideals. We'll use the next one for bond. What did I get for next one? So Norok. Can I request an insignia tattoo? Yeah, you can have an insignia tattoo. Okay. Sig. Tattoo. Are we happy? All right. Okay. Let me just get the next one in here before I get lost amongst all of this. You know, Sergeant Rock is easy. Rock of Easy Co. Okay, fine. I'm putting the name in. Okay. You're all on the same bandwagon, Sergeant Rock. I think that's been established. We've determined that's going to be the name, right? There's too many people talking about it. There. 1. Norok, you got a 1. So bond is I would still lay down my life for the people I serve with. Okay. So that's fine. I would lay down my life for the people I serve with. Served with. Oh, served with. Oh, served. Oh, it's in past tense. I would. Oh, I see what it's supposed to be. Okay, I got it. So that's the bond. And after the bond, which was a 1, we got Spirit Wolf roll 5. What is 5? Flaw. I obey the law even if the law causes misery. Ooh, okay, alright. Obey the law. I am the law. Even if the law causes misery. Okay, one of my favourite parts of building characters is this bit. And I don't like what HowtoDandD is doing because I don't see any of that in the backgrounds anymore. It's like they've decided, nah, we don't need this. And It's just one of those reasons why it curdles my blood. Anyway. Okay, so, O'Roland. Sergeant Rock O'Roland. Oh my god. You really want that? There's two of you. No, there's two comments, but you reckon Rock O'Roland. As in rock and roll, right? Yeah, I know. Whoops. Whoopsie. What did I do? It's an O. It's 0. It's an O. Okay, go. Roll. Okay, are we happy? Rocco roll. Okay, all right. So that's done. How are we doing with time? I am at top of the hour and I'm supposed to be taking a break. So what have I done here that I can actually sort of like give you? Can I give you some homework while I disappear? I know what I'll do. I'll get you to. It's a level 5 character. Okay, if as long as it's not a magic item, I'm going to let you select some gear, and you just make a list of gear for me to chuck in there. Like weapons, armor, gear. Like, okay, let's do that. Hashtag. What? Gear. Weapons. And armor. We're not going to go and buy it. Too painful. Just tell me. It's level 5 character. Sergeant Mincemeat, but this that's funnier. Well, I'm glad you like that. So while I'm taking a short break just to sort of clear everything up, okay, we'll come back in a second and actually go into the maths and all the different abilities for the Minotaur. But I just needed to keep you guys occupied as much as possible. So give me some equipment, people. Weapons, armor, gear. What is it going to be? What do I put on here? I'll write some stuff down. Far away. 5 minutes or less, I'm back. I knew you guys would go bananas with the equipment. You want a glaive? Really? Okay. The stock of ball bearings for punishing. God. Oh dear. Okay, alright. Dear. Alright, so here we go. So, a glaive. I think that's how you spell glaive. A sock of ball bearings for punishing and hating. So, bag. of ball bearings. I got it. Do we have some armor? I mean, a battle axe is classic, but what about a spiked gauntlet? You can have a spiked gauntlet. You can have both. It's level 5. He's probably picked it up. Battle axe. There you go. If you want a great axe, you can have a great axe. I don't mind. Spiked gauntlet. I don't even know if is there a spiked gauntlet in the actual 5e rules? There probably isn't. I still write it down. A maul, half plate or full plate if you can afford it. Decanter of endless coffee and wet socks. Shit. Do you guys want full plate? I don't care. It's just a full plate armor. You want full plate? Fine. Have full plate armor. What else? Somebody wrote down maul. I feel like there's a few weapons getting put in here. Leave space for other things. Maul. Got it. What else? Flask of oil, rags, rope. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, there's a few people here I haven't seen before. So I've got Norak, Spirit Wolf's one. Ruxa's got his gauntlets and spiked gauntlets in there in the battle axe. I've got the maul from To Be. You got full plates. Decanter of endless coffee. No, that's a magic item. We won't deal with magic items right now. Hand-to-hand combat. You want to know what it's like to go unarmed on this. So, flask of oil. Yep, you can have flask of oil. That's not a problem. What else is there? What else did you put down here? Rope. Rags. I wonder what the rags are for. Or a great club. Well, we got maul, great club. I don't mind. A cow with the meat tenderizer. Oh my good lord. 3 ornamental coins for drinking games. A bow, claymore, and bagpipes. Bagpipes. I don't know. Where did you get the bagpipes from? Really? 3 ornate coins. Okay, so this can only go on for so long till things will get. We'll have to stop. Okay. You want a bow? You want a longbow? Longbow. I don't know if you can use a longbow, but you can put a longbow on here. Claymore. You don't write. Horseshoes. Horseshoe of dangerous dark dancing. Oh, good lord. You like warlock. Is it Clarel? Clarel? Is that the name? Clarel? I think I got Clarel. If I got it wrong, you'll help me, right? Sure. Okay. We have abs. Studded hooves. I guess. Okay. Things are degenerating at this point, I think. Socks. Oh, good lord. Let me guess. A bag of socks. Why does everybody want a bag of socks? Bag of socks. Saddle bag. Silver horn tips. 2 pounds of chalk. Oh dear. Okay, alright, hold off. I'm going to give you a different task, because this is just going to get more wacky. I can see this now. Right now, it's going to get out of hand. So while I'm supposed to be doing other stuff, I'll give you a task to do, people. How's that sound? Okay? Because otherwise it's going to get a bit much. So we need to select some stuff. We are professional with a lot of stuff, but I'll write them down in a second. So, skills. We get 2 skills. We get either animal handling, athletics, intimidation, investigation, nature, stealth, or survival. Pick some skills. Hashtag. Pick some skills. I would just put down one skill because there's a few people who will actually comment in here today. So you know, one will just, that'll help. The silent blade and drow socks are important. Keep toes warm. Cyrus, how you doing? Why do I see so many people want to make characters of monstrous races? Because it's fun. That's what it is. It's because it's fun. If you have ever been backpacking, you know socks are sacred. Yes, I have been backpacking. I am aware. Armored snail t-shirt. Intimidation. Intimidation. Okay. All right. So I've got all those things there. I'm going to come back to that. So let me get the proficiency down. You have shields, simple weapons, martial weapons, no tools. You don't actually, you can't actually wear the plate armor, people. You've got full plate armor, but you can't wear it. It's wonderful. Esper, you are hilarious. Shield. You don't honestly, you don't have proficiency in armor. Simple and martial weapons. Simple weapons. Martial weapons. Okay, there's a lot of intimidation required here, but I can see that people want this big time. So intimidation. What was the other one we had here? Survival. You wanted survival as well. Survival. I think that's fine. Yeah, we could do survival because it's on the list. Intimidation and survival are on the list, so we'll add them. Intimidation, survival. And our background gives us some skills as well. For a soldier, you get athletics and intimidation. So you need to come up with another skill because I'll swap out intimidation for something else. But we get athletics as well. So another skill. Animal handling. Animal handling? Yeah, you can have animal handling. Why not? Animal handling. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I think that intimidation should be a default for a monster, especially for minotaurs and orcs. Fair enough. Time to get the heavy armor feat. Yeah, well, you could, but right now I'm unlikely to do that because the idea of you rocking around at level 5 without armor is very, very funny. It is super entertaining as far as I'm concerned. All right. So I've done that. I've got those in. There's no tool proficiencies. We got strength and constitution as our saving throws. Strength, constitution, they are the ones that are going to be good at. Proficiency bonus, it is a +3, isn't it? It's +3. Okay, I thought it was. So let's just keep firing away. Okay, so our strength modifier, so this is +3. +2, +3. Okay, 3 and 3 for strength is 6. Proficiency modifier 3, strength modifier 3, dex is a 1, +1. No, nothing else added. Constitution is a 3, plus the proficiency, which is 3, is another 6. Intelligence is going to be a -1. Nice. Intellect devourer, come to me now. Wisdom is going to be a 0. Nothing for that one. Charisma is a +3. Okay, so we've got all of that done. We could probably do the numbers on our skills right now while I'm here. Makes sense, I would imagine. Would it not? Probably. So this is so the hit dice. So hit dice, we get 5. 5 times 1d10 plus our con modifier, which is a 3. So that is our formula for figuring out when we need to take a short rest. There it is. That's done. Stealth. Yeah, you need to be a stealthy. We wear the plate armor just to make it just to take it off before battle because we are badasses. Padded armor on combat. You can't wear any armor. There's no proficiency for armor unless there's something in here that I haven't spotted. We'll see as we go. Let me fill in these numbers here because, well, frankly, it's funny. Okay, so number. So this is our acrobatics as a +1. Nothing else to add. Animal handling is wisdom. So that's 0 + 3. So that's a 3. Arcana, which you don't really have, which is a -1. Yeah, don't try to do anything with Arcana. Athletics, you're proficient, so you get a 3 plus your strength, so that's a 6. Deception is a charisma, so that's a +3, that one. I know you can't see the charisma down because it's further down, but yeah, it's definitely a 3. Okay, see, there's the 3 modifier. Oh, I'm going to find myself going up and down, up and down, up and down endlessly. Okay, right. Intelligence. No, nothing for history, mate. You're not going to be any good at history. If you need to know anything about history, you haven't got a chance. Wisdom, insight. You're going to get a 0 on that, mate. That's 0 for you. Intimidate. Well, proficiency is 3, and you get your charisma 3. So you're pretty good at this. You can intimidate. You'll be fine. Investigation. Yeah, forget about that. You're a -1 for that one. Wisdom, you're that's a medicine check. That's a 0. Make sure you get a medicine check. Where's your healer's kit, people? You needed to put down healer's kit. What happened to that? Have I not taught you? Always take a healer's kit in 5e. Anybody can take it. Why are you not taking it? Really? Now perception. We've got proficiency and expertise, and we have no modifier to our wisdom. So thankfully for that, we get to double it, right? So that's a 6, 3, 6. So proficiency 3, double it for expertise, charisma, performance. You get a +3 for that. I don't know what you're performing, but it's something. Persuasion, you get a +3. Religion, forget about it. You don't know very much. You're a -1 on that one. Sleight of hand, that is a +1. You won't be very good at that. Stealth, you probably won't be great at that either. But it's better than a minus. +1. Survival, you're proficient, and it's wisdom, so that's a +3. Okay, so there's all our skills done. How'd that work out? Not too bad. Glaive. And we'll come back to this in a second. And unarmed strike. I think somebody had asked for unarmed strike. Unarmed. Here, let's go fist. I don't know what else to put here. Okay. You're too stupid to use the healer's kit. Really? Come on. I'll do it for you. Okay, there we go. It's down. You haven't got time to bleed. Afraid of rats and snails and mirrors. That's Daddy. That's Daddy's mind flayer. Really? Changing the fear. Get doom for every. Yeah. Plate armor is for intimidation. Yeah, you put it on outside of combat. Dear. Okay. All right. So I think a lot of the choices that you get to make. So I'll give you 10 gold because you usually get 10 gold with everything, don't you? Oh, plus there's a whole bunch of items. Don't you get a whole lot of items? You do from your background. How much time have I got left? Hardly any. I've been fluffing around with all the other stuff. It's been entertaining though. Insignia of rank. Insignia tattoo. No, we'll just leave it there. That's fine. Trophy taken from a fallen medal of bravery. How about that? Medal of bravery. You're such a brave fella. Who else has got a deck of cards or a set of bone dice? Okay, I think it's bone dice. Bone dice. Deck of cards. At level 5, you've probably got both now, surely. Deck of cards, and was there anything else I needed to add here? Piece of banner, okay. Broken blade. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of things there. We'll give you some. Oh, you're proficient with one type of game set, and vehicles. Oh, okay, all right. Well, it's a land vehicles bracket land and game set. Okay. Dice sets. There you go. You're good with dice. Has 10 cats. You want 10 cats? Too stupid. Can we play D&D and D&D? I don't know. Can you? Probably. Somehow. Unless somebody says you can't, I guess. And they're actually got some sort of impact in the game. We need to make sure I write down the feature. Military rank. I didn't write down military rank, so I'll put down. Where's military rank supposed to? Where should it live? Military rank here. Oh, there you go. Military rank. Military rank, and it's page 140. Player's handbook. Okay. Lovely. Okay, so a few things I need to sort out, and probably some choices that need to be made as well, which I haven't sort of sorted through. And I'll just put a bracket around that. Okay. Is it all in place? Armor class. Easy to figure out. 10 plus 1. You have unarmored defense, people, so don't freak out just because I put down 11. Okay, well, I guess we should go through the different things that you get. Do you want an explorer's pack or a dungeoneer's pack? You can have a pack as well. So yes, let me know, and we'll get the. You can. I think I gave you the 10 gold. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So let me know. Do you want a Dungeoneer's pack or do you want an Explorer's pack? You want a wagon. Humans and apartments. You want humans and apartments. How? Come on. You can have a wagon though. Here you go. Wagon. No. Wagon. You didn't say anything about the horse. Just the wagon. Okay, so here's our look at what we've got here. So there is a Minotaur feature DC that needs to be determined. So determine a Minotaur feature requiring that the target make a saving throw. The DC for the Minotaur feature is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier. This does not apply to spells which are handled separately. So 8 plus the strength modifier and proficiency. So that is 8, 3, 3. So that's 8 and 6. So that's 14. So Minotaur, DC 8, 14. There we go. That's what our Minotaur DC is. He's the horse. Yeah, I figured that. Explorer's pack, Dungeoneer's pack, the superior pack. Okay, Explorer's pack. Explorer's pack. Explorer's pack. Okay, so now let's get on with the other stuff here. Right. Charge. So level 1, as an action, you can move up to your speed and make a gore attack. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before making this attack and you hit, you deal an additional 1d8 piercing damage. Oh my god. This additional damage increases to 2d8 once your size increases to 5th level. And you are 5th level, so it'll be 2d8. When you deal the additional damage to a creature that is no more than one size category larger than you, it must succeed on a saving throw or be pushed 10 feet. Okay, so that is on page 5. But in terms of the calculation, I think it works like this. It's an additional 1d8. But there's also a feature, the gore is already predetermined as a 1d8 plus your strength modifier. So that means we get gore at 1d8. Then we also get the charge of another additional 1d8. So that's 2d8. And if we're large size, we get another d8 1d8. It becomes 1d8 to 2d8. So that's 3d8 on gore. Oh my god. Are you serious? Okay, I know he said big damage, but yeah, that's big damage. Your strength is a 3, and your modifier, so to hit is going to be a +6. Okay, and then the damage on it is going to be a 3, because that's your strength. Okay, so you are going to mess things up pretty badly. Okay, so that's that one. Your glaive, you'll be proficient with it, +6. You're proficient with your fists. Unarmed strike, fighting styles, we'll get to that in a second. So the glaive, I can't remember what the glaive was. What is the damage output on a glaive? Is there a Discord? Yes, there is a Discord for my for me, and just give me a second while I just change my scene, because if I don't change my scene, you're going to wind up seeing all the background stuff. So let me just whip over here. I'll put up the Discord, and my Discord are very friendly. They are also goofballs, much like myself. I'm a goofball, okay? So, and they tend to be goofballs as well. Here we go. So, invite to people. Make a copy of that. And I'll chuck it into chat right now. Yeah, you literally are the charging one. Yeah, I mean, I would not know why you would not want to go goring. Gore away. Like, absolutely. Let's gore it. Okay, so you are welcome. So let's keep working our way through here. I figured out the gore. Minotaur fighting style. So there's some choices to be made in the time we have left. And we have time. Oh, unarmored defense is there too, so we'll get to that. So don't worry about not having armor. You have a particular way of fighting, which was either taught to you by fellow Minotaurs. Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at the document, am I? Sorry, people. Let me just switch back over. There we go, that's better. Now you can actually see what I'm reading from. Which is either taught to you by fellow Minotaurs or that you naturally developed. Choose one of the following options. So you get some options. Usually he gives you 3. Demon Horn. Wild power runs through your blood. When a creature enters your reach, you can make an opportunity attack against it with your gore. Oh my gosh. As a bonus action, roll 1d4. Alright. So this is... okay, so this is... The gore is probably going to be that... Okay, see, this is where I'm... Yeah, okay, I need to make a little bit of an adjustment. I just realised. Charge with gore is 3d8 plus 3, and that's actually 1. You have to actually charge to be able to get that. Okay. So okay, now I understand what I'm doing there. Cool. As a bonus action, roll a 1d4. Vicious Spirit, deal 1d6 psychic damage to you and each creature within 10 feet of you. Okay. You'll roar uncontrollably. Number 2 is you roar uncontrollably and cannot speak until your next turn. Okay. Next. Your next gore attack this turn deals an additional 1d6 piercing damage. Make a gore attack. So if you roll a 4. So it gives you a couple of different things. Kind of random. As a bonus action, you can do these 4 random things. Some you might find useful, some not. He's given you 4 options. Dualism. You are apt at striking and parrying with 2 weapons. When you are 2-weapon fighting, the weapons do not need to have the light property. Oh my god. Okay. You can draw or stow 2 one-handed weapons simultaneously. Okay. As a reaction, you can add 2 to your AC against 1 melee attack when you hit. Okay, that would hit you. To do so, you must see the attacker and be wielding 2 one-handed weapons. All right. So it's dualism. I get it. Spirit Guard. You are a sentinel who is in touch with the mystical aspects of battle. As a bonus action, choose yourself or a Minotaur you can see within 60 feet of you. The target gains a plus 1d4 bonus on the attack roll of the next score it makes before the start of the next turn. When a creature casts a spell, you can make an opportunity attack against it with your gore. Okay, Unrelenting. You fight in a frenzy, making constant attacks at every possible opportunity. When you miss with a 2-handed melee weapon attacking on your turn, you can use a bonus action to make another attack with the same weapon. Oh my god. Strike with its pommel or haft. If this attack hits, the weapon's damage is 1d4 bludgeoning or 2d4 bludgeoning if you are large size, and we are now large size, wielding a large size weapon. Okay, you can have a large size weapon. It'll work. When a creature stands up from prone, you make an opportunity attack against it with your gore. So which one do you want? I guess that's the question. Oh, it's a 1d10 for the glaive. Thank you. You need to charge 10 feet. 10 feet, which is pretty standard. Yeah. So, what? So, select a fighting style. Select a fighting style. Pick a fighting style, people, and I'll put it in. Right, so while you're working that out, unarmored defense, tough, and weary. So while you are not wearing any armor, your armor class equals 10 plus your constitution modifier, oh dear, plus your wisdom modifier. You can use a shield and still gain this benefit. So you can still have a shield if you wanted to, people. That means going single-handed weapon, battle axe, maybe not them all. But yeah, you could do that. It's plausible. Remember, these fighting styles are Unrelenting, Spirit Guard, Dualism, and Demon Horn. Those are the options currently that we have. And I will go into here. This is a 1d10. 1d10 plus 3 on the glaive. I think that's right. And what was the other thing? Oh, unarmored defense. Con modifier, wisdom modifier. 0, 3. Okay, so our armor class is not 11. It'll be 13. That's better. Better than nothing. More for the gore. Ramming speed. I like the first one. Reaction to gore. You guys all want to gore to the dead. Gore him. Like horn, the demon horn one, right? Of course it is. Demon horn. So, fighting style, it's page 5. And that is demon horn. Bracket. Demon horn. We got demon horn. Unarmed defense. What was on that? I think unarmed defense is on page 5 as well. We figured that out. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yep. Okay, good. We've got charge already lined up, which is fine. Yeah, maul is two-handed. We charge faster due to our movement. We charge faster due to our movement. Was that a different one? I thought you guys were after the goring one. There isn't one that increases your speed as far as I can tell. Okay, battle vigor, level 2. You have tasted battle and how the thrill of victory invigorates you. When you reduce an enemy to 0 hit points with a melee attack, you can regain 2d6 hit points. Are you serious? Okay. The amount of hit points you regain increases by 1d6 every 2 Minotaur levels beyond first. So 3d6 at level 3, 2d6 at level 5, 4d6 at level 5. Okay, and once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest. So battle vigor is pretty important. Battle vigor. Let's type that in. Battle Vigor. Battle Vigor, and it is on page 5. And basically, Battle Vigor for level 5 is going to be 46. You have to knock them down, so you have to knock somebody down to 0 hit points, but you get it. Okay. All right. Battle Vigor. Hashtag regain 4d6 HP when enemy reduced to 0 HP. Hip HP. Okay, there we go. That is that feature. Blimey, it's pretty strong. After a kill, yeah, basically you perform your kill, you get a whole lot of hit points back. Have a stake in I have a stake in this. You probably do. Okay, next, reckless attack. You can throw aside all concern for defense to attack with fierce desperation. When you make your first attack on your turn, this is basically the barbarian feature. You can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn. Okay, so you can't do it on somebody else's turn, but attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn. Okay, so reckless attack would be a no-brainer to be doing. You want that for sure. So reckless attack. Reckless attack. It's on page, and reckless attack is pretty easy to remember how that works. I'm not going to write it down. It is on page 5. Put it on page 5. That's basically your barbarian reckless attack. Okay, stop doing that. It's annoying. It's doing it again. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Okay, next at level 3, 7, 10, 14. So we're going to get level 3. Choose a Minotaur myth, which influences the way in which you stalk your labyrinth and wild lands. Juggernaut, Labyrinth Hunter, Horned Shaman. Okay, so you need to make a choice, people. We need to have a choice about which one it's going to be. Hashtag pick a Minotaur myth. Pick a Minotaur myth. Pork chops, not a Canadian. Really? I don't know. I'm lost. I kind of went briefly over them. Juggernaut, Horned Shaman, we've kind of gone over them already a little bit. Fast movement. Oh, we've got fast movement, and we've got an ability score improvement, which we will do. Fast movement, let's add that now. Fast movement at level 5, and the size increase as well. So fast movement, you get another 10 feet. So we're not moving 30 feet, we're moving 40 feet. That's what somebody was trying to point that out before. Fast movement. Fast movement. On page, come on, stop doing that. 6, page 6. Page 6. Okay, Juggernaut, Hunter or Juggernaut. It looks like Juggernaut's going to be the one that we're picking. It looks to me. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Minotaur myth. So reckless attack, Minotaur myth. Minotaur myth. People, you need to let me know if you would have preferred me to do this, all the sort of very character race stuff first rather than all the other sort of generic stuff. I like getting that stuff done myself. This is sort of like we just pick some stuff and that's it. Minotaur myth, and it is the Juggernaut. Cannibalism. You want to get into cannibalism. How did that come up? Let's just go there. That's the easier. Copy and drop it in. Paste. Juggernaut. Very, very annoying when it does that. Okay, and what page was it on? It's on page 6. It's actually probably not on page 6. It'll be further down. Okay, increase size. We need to make sure that's included as well. Your extraordinary growth has brought you to, so this is level 5, increase size, brought you to a greater proportions. You are now large size. You stand between 8 and 9 feet tall and weigh from 450 to 550 pounds. Your carrying capacity doubles, as does the amount of weight you can push, draft, or lift. Your strength score increases by 2. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Really? Of course it is. Of course it's increasing by 2. And your maximum strength score is now 22, if we could get it that high. With this increase to size category, you can now wield weapons suited to large size creatures. Their weapon dice are doubled that of the medium equivalents as of their variants. For example, a javelin is 2d6 damage. Great sword, oh my god. Alright, so there's a few adjustments. Size increase. Did I have size increase here? Size large, size increase. I go cut here. Paste. Size increase. So there's a few things that need to be adjusted. So I believe it would be this one. That's 2. That's 2. So you're doing a lot more damage. Means your fists will probably be doing more damage. So it'll be 2 plus, not 1, but it'll be 2 plus what? 3. There you go. That's your fists if you want to punch something. I don't know if you really want to do that. And just make sure I put it on the right page. That's page 6. What else did I need to add in here? The damage output and the strength. So your strength has just got blue bolsters as well. So strength is actually a 18 now, not a 16. Good lord. Got to put Thesaurus in place. Got to put Theseus in place. Okay. Minotaurs are carnivorous. Was supposed to be... Okay. This is so OP, it's amazing. A double damage maul. Yes, you could have a double damage maul. You absolutely could, because you're large size at level 5. Okay, so we're not going to select a feat. We're going to... Do you really want to feat people, or do you want an ability score increase? And what is it going to be? Because that's something we haven't done. Hashtag. Do you want ability score increase or feat? Tell me what it is, people. Tell me what it is. Well, I pump in the last of this stuff because I should be going, and I'm not finished apparently. So the Juggernaut, the Roar, we don't have to worry about. I've done that. We're doing our ability increase in a second. Let's find the Juggernaut abilities, which I think were pretty simple. Juggernaut Charge. Okay, and it's on page 7. And I kind of already explained what the Juggernaut Charge is. Basically, your movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity, and you can make gore attacks against any number of creatures throughout your movement. Roll separately attacks for each creature. Oh my god, and you can apply this enhancement a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. You regain this expended at a long rest. Okay, so a long rest recharge. Juggernaut Charge. Okay, let's put it in. Battle Vigor, okay. Okay, so there. And if it stops doing that nonsense. It's very annoying. Juggernaut. Jug R0 charge. Page 7. I see people are putting in lots and lots of suggestions there, and I am trying desperately to get this done. Okay, there we go. So we've almost done everything that needs to be done. It's taken us almost the entire time. Feet, mobile feet. Oh God, I was thinking charger feet, armored feet. Okay, well, which feet is it going to be? I mean, if you say mobile feet, that's easy. If you say charger feet, which I don't know why you'd want the charger feet, because frankly, the charger feet's never been that great. But hey, the charger feet is good. All right, charger feet. Okay, no problems. Feet at level 4. Okay, so I got the charger feet at level 4. All right, so I think we've got everything in here. I've got all my numbers. I've done all my maths. I believe so. It's all done. And flaming horns. Ah, dear. All right, so we've got a new person here today who's been hanging with us. So we're going to go to Boom Mont to B. Okay, there we go. I think that has established it. So that is how you make a Minotaur. Look, people, by all means, let me know in the chat if you prefer. All I try to do is I try to give you, as the audience, something to do while I'm building the character. And if sort of we run out of choices, because often the stuff around the race and the class are they're pretty simple decisions. Whereas if I get you rolling dice and I get you making other decisions like what equipment and so forth, what skills, we kind of keep things moving, which is why I do it that way. But if you don't like that sort of thing, then I won't do it that way. I can do it a different way. I just think it's more interesting this way. That's just my thoughts on the whole thing. Okay, so we should be all good. We are all good. We are all done skied. Let's just shift back over here. I'm going to have to make sure I remember to actually turn this into a saved document, which I will. I'll promise I'll try to do that. Thematic and fine. Thematic, if you feel like thematic is the way to go. All my party have charger. I know that sounds straight. We all have that particular feat. This has been a blast as always. Look, I have a great time. We'll probably wind up doing the vampire or the arachnia next week. And then once we've done all of Esper the Bard's monstrous heroes, we're going to go back to Star Wars, make some more Star Wars characters, because there's a couple more classes we haven't done. But next week it'll be the vampire or it's the arachna, whichever one I decide I'm going to wind up doing. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons who support me on Patreon. It is a big deal. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Please go and check out Esper the Bard's Patreon and his Kickstarter and his free PDF. You should go and see what it's like. See what you think of it. I think it's not bad. I kind of like it. It's quite fun. Now, thank you to everybody who took part in the poll today. Thank you to everybody who's been rewatching the edited videos, the shorts, or just particularly rewatching the live streams. I know they're long. Okay, I do understand. So yeah, thank you. And hey, wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the night, or the wee early morning, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. And hey, till next time. I'll be nice to your neighbours. Don't forget your neighbours. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s. And no, it's not the Dampier. It is a vampire. It is Esper's vampire. The edgy classes.